I was the only one in line at Goodwill yesterday, and the clerk said, "Are you a rewards member?" And I said, "No." And she said, "What?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And she said, "I'm sorry, I don't hear very well after working in factories all my life." And I said, "What kind of factories?" And she said, "I was a welder for 14 years, and then I worked at a meat packing plant. You name it, I've done it." And I said, "What was your favorite?" And she said, "Oh, the welding." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well, I met my husband there, and when you're welding, nobody knows who's behind that mask, and everybody treats you the same." I said, "All right." She said, "Oh, I miss it, and I miss him. But now I'm here, and my kids want me to retire, but I like it here. They're flexible. I can still go see my granddaughter play her softball games." And she reached under the register and pulled out a picture, and it was her granddaughter. And she said, "They had a softball tournament last weekend, and they came in second place." And I said, "Oh, that's great." I said, "So why don't you retire?" And she said, "What am I going to do? Sit home alone and do nothing? Plus, all my friends have seen the pictures of my granddaughter. I can show someone else." And she laughed, and I walked out. And strike up a conversation, folks. Our memories are all in there, just waiting for a visit.